Welcome back. This is part 2 of the interview with Robert Kushner, the founder of BuffBoxx.com. In today's episode, he's going to share the one thing you must do in order to manage your social media and the one thing that can destroy your business.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. All right, so we heard a lot about the success in the business. Tell me about an epic failure.
An epic failure. Wow.
It almost sounds like you don't have one yet. One's coming if you don't have one.
Yeah.
You want some of mine?
Sure. No, I think, we got really close to having an epic failure. In December of last year, we made the decision to do a cost per click campaign with a company, and it was a $20,000 campaign, and they were promising us X, Y, and Z, and we were going to get this many subscribers in this many days, and it was going to be the greatest thing you've ever heard. So basically the old story of if it's too good to be true. And about a week or two into the campaign, we'd spent $5,000 and had not received one conversion. And luckily we decided to pull the plug, but that would have been a epic failure. And luckily it was just a small failure.
Well, that's great. So many people I find have difficulty taking the small loss, and they just end up waiting too long and trying, and then pretty soon they turn around and it's a huge loss. Now that brings up a good point. Do you do your own social media marketing, or do you hire experts?
No, we do everything in-house. I take care of all of our social media. That's been another thing that it's been really cool to learn. I'm on analytics a lot during the day, trying to watch conversions come in and see where they're coming from. But the social media is all us. I find it pretty easy and kind of fun actually to manage it. Like I said, I consider myself the target demographic, target consumer. And so the things that in fitness wise that I like and or I find funny or amusing or cool, those are the things that we post.
And I want to point something out here too. He's managing this. He's watching the analytics. He's making adjustments based on what he's seeing. He's not just throwing money out there in Facebook ads or Instagram ads or any other ads and just wishing and praying and hoping. You know where the analytics are coming from. So anybody listening to this, when you're investing your dollars, make sure you can track and see what's working. And start off with a little test, but constantly be monitoring. So well done there.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you try if you knew you could not fail?
Flying?
Flying without an airplane or with an airplane?
Either.
Okay.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm so invested in BuffBoxx right now. It's hard to think about a lot of other things. And in terms of what I would try if I knew I couldn't fail, all these salespeople calling us, telling us to give them $15,000 or $20,000, and they're going to give us all the conversions in the world. That's something I'd like to try if I knew it wasn't going to fail.
That would be nice.
For all the people out there, it's a dime a dozen for people trying to, quote, help you market and bring you conversions and sales and brand awareness. We get 3 or 4 different companies every week that want to schedule a call or do a demo, and they're basically all peddling the same thing. And that's just another one where you kind of got to say, it's too good to be true. Let's do a little test. Let's see what's working for us. And then, when you get to a point where you have a nice little revenue coming in and y'all have some good profits, that's a time then when you can start pushing and testing some higher spend marketing.
Yeah, the next time one of those companies call, say, look, last week I was on an interview with Thor Conklin, and his model is, and this is true, is for every dollar that you invest with me in whatever program I'm doing, if I can't return 10 times, 10x ROI, I return your money. True story.
I like that.
That's the way I operate. So when I go in and I'm talking to a client or a prospect at that point, I said, look, if I don't perform, I give you your money back. So the next time one of those companies calls, say, look, I'd be more than happy to invest $100,000, but I need a 3, 4, 5 time X. And if it doesn't produce, then I get my money back. See how many then want to do a demo. Because the one that really believes in their product is going to step up and do it.
Sure. Yeah, we've had guys that won't even show us the demo or tell us the price without us giving them more information. It's kind of crazy sometimes. But yeah, I love what you're saying. If someone wants to give me a 10x ROI, I'm there every day.
Well, you can be a client next week.
Okay, perfect.
And seriously, I mean, that's the way my model is set up. And the reason is, if I don't feel great about my product and that I can deliver results, why would I ask you to invest a nickel? It's insane. Make it easy for your customer to win.
Exactly.
Don't get me started. What's the next steps with the business?
Well, we just received some funding that we're going to be putting into marketing, and over the next 4 or 5 months, we're looking to bring on around 1,500 new subscribers. And at that time, that's when we'll be able to put money towards some new marketing as well as expand outside of my home. So my wife will love to have her garage, living room, and dining room back. Don't
do it. Keep expenses low.
I know. That's what I've been telling her. Babe, I got to. But we're looking to have some nice growth. We want to end up going international once we get our feet under us. But like I said, we don't want to take our eye off the prize right now in the U.S. So we're concentrating on the growth of the business, and things are looking up for 2017, and we're very confident and excited for it.
Now, did you do a debt round or an equity round?
It was an equity round. Our partner is the CFO of a company here in Atlanta, and he's kind of come on. He started as an advisor and really believed in everything and ended up wanting to become an investor as well.
Nice. So the decision to go with equity versus debt was, I get this guy as well?
Sure.
Sounds like a smart move.
So we get him, and of course we tried to raise money as debt before, and most people just weren't looking for it. And another issue we've had raising money is everybody is looking for that new tech company that's going to be a quick, $100 million company, and they're in and out. And, we can be tech. There's tech involved in our company, but that's just not how we're seen to investors. And I understand it, but it's definitely something that, it makes it difficult for us to raise money in this environment.
Yeah, so many people are looking for that. I was just approached recently. There was a spinoff of kind of a Shark Tank kind of company that invests in tech companies, and they approached me to be one of the investors on the show. And,
oh, nice.
Thank you. Yeah, so I did decline the offer. It just was not a good fit. But you're right. Everybody's looking for that great hit of how do I take, $10,000 and turn it into $100 million in the next Uber.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a nice little payday. Let me know if you come across something.
Well, yeah. What I find in the tech area is a lot of people have these great ideas and are great at fundraising. There's just one thing they're not good at: executing. And I'm all about the execution. Show me someone that's in there making money, getting not eyeballs, but getting conversions, have loyal customers. That's a business I want to invest in. Hitting singles when you're investing is a lot better in my mind than swinging for the fences every single time.
No loss with singles.
Absolutely. Did you play baseball growing up?
I did. I played baseball, football, lacrosse, basketball, soccer, everything.
Yeah. Pete Rose, one of the best baseball players ever. I mean, he just get up there. All you're trying to do is just get it out in the outfield a little bit. Just get past the infield. Let me just get a single.
Hit it where they ain't.
Hit it where they ain't. That's right. Not trying to, bring the crowd to their feet. Just trying to grind.
It's a little small ball.
Absolutely. So if you had the opportunity to interview someone dead or alive, who would it be and what would you ask them? Wow.
That's a tough question. Well, I think I would probably have to be a little bit, biased and maybe interview Haley Barna at BuffBoxx, and I would really just grill her for everything they did, from marketing to the display of their boxes to logistics to having a brick and mortar shop. But, somebody who's in charge and who took a business from nothing to $500 million and, has the majority of the market share, I just feel like I could learn a ton from, especially with them being, in my direct industry.
So do you have her email address, or is there any way for you to contact her?
I don't have her email address. I had a address at her private equity group that she just went into, but I didn't send her a box. I was planning on it, but I was protective of our business. And, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, she's going to get the box. She's going to love the idea, but then she's just going to do a spin-off and have BuffBoxx Fitness or something. So I never sent never sent the box, but I still would like to talk to her, pick her brain, and I know that she has a bunch of information that could help us.
Now, private equity was actually my background. What firm is she with?
100%, I'm not sure.
Okay.
This was 6 months or so ago. I was looking into it.
Offline, if you give me that information, I'd be more than happy to see if that was one of my clients, and I've got some contacts at that firm.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Help you get to it. Because I think that'd be a great idea. Picking her brain and say, okay, what did you learn? And you know what I found amazing with this show?
What's that?
I would interview someone, and one of the questions, what's the best book you've ever read? And someone will say, so-and-so. I'm like, cool, I've never heard of that book. And they're like, the author is so-and-so. I'm like, great. And I'll reach out to them. I'll just say, hey, I just did an interview with X, Y, and Z. Your name came up, and they said you were the best author they've ever seen in their life, because that's really the question. And I would love to interview you. And the number of yeses is unbelievable. I really expected more pushback, but what I find is so many people that have been there and done that are so willing to, lend 45 minutes, an hour, and give you any information possible. So I'd highly recommend reaching out to her, as long as you're not afraid of her stealing your idea. You might be surprised. And who knows? Well, she probably doesn't want to become an investor because it's a conflict, but it's amazing what can happen out of those phone calls, out of those connections.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we're open to reaching out, and if that was to happen, we would be very pumped to be speaking with Mrs. Barna.
Yeah. Look, it's a small world, right? You and I figured
is.
out that we know the same woman in Chicago that actually has a company. That I was in Chicago at an event for Entrepreneurs Organization, and we were there for a mentoring group, and this little incubator, big incubator actually in Chicago, and they brought a bunch of young entrepreneurs in, and we did kind of a speed mentoring program, and I had a chance to meet Catherine, and it was like, just what a fluke. And I saw it on your resume, like, wait a second, this is too weird. Generally, you're only one little small degree away from everybody that you want to meet.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny how many people I run into that know somebody that we're working with, or there's a connection somewhere. But I 100% agree, and networking has always been something that's kind of been very big to us at BuffBoxx, and we're always open to speaking with somebody new, having a quick coffee call, whatever it might be.
Yeah. Get out there, do things, see people. I think so often, especially today, we've gotten into this mindset of, let me just sit at my computer, let me work the social media, let me just work emails, the drip campaigns. I got to start a company called Anti-Drip Campaign. I swear, if you want my business, would you stop sending me emails every 5 minutes? Simply send me an email, tell me what you got, and then maybe, why don't you just pick up the phone? If you really want to do business with me, ask me for my phone number, pick up the phone, and do business. Stop sending me 8,000 emails.
What's a phone? Is that thing you text on?
Yeah, I know. I'm an old school kind of guy.
Yeah, no, it's funny. People, it's email or text. It's really hard for someone to pick up the phone and call you, or even answer the phone when you call nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's where the connection happens. And I have a client that is in not a similar business, but he sells CrossFit accessories to the CrossFit industry. He's got a great online business called wadshop.com. Okay. And He's like, I'm really feeling disconnected to my clients. And I said, okay, you have, I don't, he's got thousands of clients. I said, do you have their contact information? He goes, yeah. I said, start picking up the phone and just calling them randomly and say, hey, this is Jerry, the president of Wad Shop. I just wanted to see how things are going. And is there anything I could be doing in my business to serve you better? He goes, the response was unbelievable. These people are like, are you kidding me? Is this really you? Why are you calling me? What? And he's like, no, I just want to know if everything's good and if there's anything else I could be doing for you. They said they were blown away. I said, now I don't know the people that you called, but I guarantee you they're not going to your competitor to buy their product because you're the guy that they have you called from your cell phone. They now have the president's cell phone number on their phone.
And they're going to go tell their friend that you just called them.
Absolutely. It's Tony Hsieh all over again.
Yep.
Yep.
I 100% agree with that too. And, when we have anything come up and, a customer didn't get their box or something was wrong, if it's a situation that needs to get escalated or we feel needs to be handled more delicately, we do it directly from our personal accounts that, tell you that the CEO or the vice president is who is handling it right now. So, I definitely agree with getting in touch with the customers. And I think it's a very good look for the company.
Yeah. And with video, shoot a little 30-second video on your phone. Hey, Bob, I'm really sorry that your package arrived destroyed or bent or whatever. This is Robert, president of the company. I just want to say thanks for being a customer, and I got a new one on its way.
Yep.
What are they going to do with that? They're probably going to share it on social media, right?
Yeah, Thor, I might take that one from you and do that today.
Do it. Yeah, absolutely. An email is great. There's a great service called BOMB, B-O-M-B, and it kind of embeds it all. It's about $50 a month to do this. It kind of integrates the whole thing. But you don't even need that. Just shoot them a quick little video. I'm telling you, man, they'll love it.
What's the difference between BombBomb and MailChimp?
BombBomb is a CRM, which is video based. So
gotcha.
If you want to send one video out to 3,000 people, you would do it. And it's all integrated. It's a slick little app and company. But you can also send them just one off. And instead of doing a video and then attaching to an email, basically it comes through and it's you, and you get to put in there, hey, I just did a personal video for you. Or, Bob, I did a personal video for you. So they're thinking, all right, this is not kind of a mass email. So I just do them one off.
Cool.
As a matter of fact, when we're done, I'll send you one just so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'd like to check it out.
Yeah. But the whole point is get engaged with your customers. Now, I know that you're not dealing with customers that are putting, $10,000 a pop, for each order that they have. But man, if you just contacted 10, 20 customers a week, and just boom, and they don't answer, that's fine. Just leave them a voicemail. Hey, I'm just reaching out to you, just making sure everything. Don't sell them. Don't go to sell them. Go to find out how you can help them.
That's a good word of mouth campaign for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. My belief is, and look, I get the idea of wanting to leverage this and the knowledge, but I think we've gotten to the point where customers are yearning for that, just that connection, that ability. There's companies that I do business with. I can't even find their phone number, let alone an email that I can email someone with a question. It's like, this is crazy.
Yeah. We're the same way. I mean, we try to get in touch with new brands that we want to work with. We're trying to pay them to market their companies to their target demographics, and we can't even get someone on the phone or to return an email. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere on my social media, whether it's social media or my website, you want to get in touch with me? Guess what? It's Thor@ThorConklin.com. Guess who that email goes to? Me.
Thor.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get in touch with me. I want to know what's going on. I was looking to join a gym. I belong to 3 gyms already, so let's join a 4th, right? And
we need to get you a BuffBoxx.
Exactly. And I went in, and I went to join. I couldn't get any information. Then he told me to go home and check on the website to give me all the information. I went to the website, didn't give me any information. I then called back and said, look, I still can't get the information. Who can I speak to there? Because I want to join. He goes,
yeah, what do I got to do to give you my money?
Yeah. So what he said is, hang up, Great. Hang up. Call the same number I just called, and then instead of dialing 1 for his extension, dial 106. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of a story with us when we were first trying to get our boxes created. We were calling around, getting quotes from different companies. And the company that we ended up going with, on the first time I called him, he told me, well, we're not typically the cheapest, so you probably want to go somewhere else. And he was going to leave it there, but I was like, well, why don't you just give me a quote and we'll see where it goes. And ended up being the best quote, and we ended up going with them.
That's funny. So I call back that number, and then it goes to voicemail. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Nice.
So I just happened to have the card because I picked up the business card at the front desk, and it was the owner's card. So I emailed Dan. I said, I just want to give you a heads up. I'm not bitching. I just want to let you know. I came in to join your gym, and this is what happened. Can you help me? I was really expecting maybe just turn around and go, no, I can't. Of course, I thought he'd end up being able to help me. And he wrote back, and he said, how can I help? And he was very helpful. And I said, I'm not doing this to bitch, but as from one business owner to another, you've got a customer wanting to give you money, and they can't figure out how to do it. That's a business that's broken.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a choke point.
Yeah, and it happens all the time.
Yeah, it does.
Every peak performer that has ever lived or will live does one thing extremely well. They know how to take their ideas and execute on them. Ideas and knowledge are not power, but the ability to execute on them, that is real power. If you consider yourself a peak performer and really want to take your game to the next level and truly master the science of execution, I would like to send you some information about our upcoming event, Business Execution Summit. Simply take your phone and text the word BESUMMIT, one word, to 41411. And I'll send you some additional information on how to master the most important skill you will ever acquire for your life or your business. Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day. That concludes part 2 of the interview with Robert Kushner. Please stay tuned for the final episode, part 3, later this week.